Hello, Flosstube. It's Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, doing my Flosstube update number 336. Today is June 1st, and I'm going to be talking about WIPGO for June a little bit, and cross-stitch camp. I think I've finally made my decisions about what I'm working on for cross-stitch camp for the summer, June, July, and August. I haven't quite, I have a thread thing. I think I'm going to do it. I haven't taken my official beginning of cross-stitch camp, June picture yet. Excuse me. But I expect to do that in a few minutes later on today. But in the meantime, I'm going to start and go ahead and talk about this. And I have three finishes. I wish I'd got a little further on my WIPGO, one of my WIPGO pieces, but excuse me. I'm going to take a drink because I'm choking on something. But so last Saturday, I had another day to go for my 7 days of my WIPGO call. The WIPGO call I was working on at the time was number 13. I had the numbers were 5, 13, and 19, and so 5 was the May rabbit and bunny in my garden, rabbit in my garden. 13 was one of the Starry Night, Prairie Schooler Starry Night designs, and Come Thou Fount, which is my design. And number 19 was Sleepy Hollow and the Jackrabbit. Now, Sleepy Hollow and the Jackrabbit, I did not do any more on those, but I did, meet my goal of 7 days for the Jackrabbit, and there's no goal for the Sleepy Hollow, and I did not get back to Sleepy Hollow. I wish I had, but I didn't. But number 13 was Come Thou Fount, and I had done some work on it, gotten about halfway through the design stuff, and so in 7 days I got to the end of this of the words, and I did down one side, and I don't remember how much I had of this. I had done last week. I think I had stopped here, and maybe I had this angel and maybe the heart. I don't know, but yeah. So I did not go down the other side. There's another angel over here and another motif there. So this angel and this mount basically is what it's supposed to be. I did not do, and I basically turned the corner on one side. Yeah, on this side, I turned the corner here, and there's like one little fountain of water here, and I kind of wanted to at least finish these, but I didn't get that far. I kind of ran out of steam on that, but I made pretty good progress. With those last two motifs and if I had done the water, then I'd be like one third of the way through basically. But we'll see. And the others are I think there's a little more stitching involved, like because there's some grass. On the second one, that's kind of a lot with grass and sheep, and then this one with the vine, there's kind of a lot of that too. So these are a little more involved, but we'll see. So it's a long-term project, and yeah. So anyway, there's that. And that is on 28 count Lugana. And that was a design I made myself a few years ago. I talked about that last week. So, after I did my 7 days on that, the other WIPGO call for that number, that was my number 13. The other WIPGO call was one of the Starry Night patterns. This is by Prairie Schooler. And so this is the one that I did, that I did originally on 22 count Hardinger, and I think I did it 1/1. And I wasn't crazy about the fabric just because it was one of those that the thread kind of slipped behind the the weave sometimes, and I was having a little bit of trouble with that. And I didn't mind the 1/1 aspect of it, but the having to constantly be careful of the thread slipping under it was robbing me of my joy. so I haven't redone this one yet, but I did this one here, which I was calling Starry Night number 2. The designs themselves don't have specific names, but I was doing this one just because it's, when I was looking at the the patterns, this is the first one, this is the second one, etc. So this is the one I did. The donkey and the cow and the manger and the baby and stars and stuff like that. So it's mostly black. There's a little bit of this blue, darker blue here, and this gold color. And I used a toile on that, but I haven't finished. So this is, I want to say 28 count Irish linen, and by like DMC, Charles Craft, something like that. So this is 2/2, and this is basically DMC, and I used a toile here on the cow's bell and on the halo and on the star, and then this little rope or thing around the cow's neck and the bridle on the donkey are 3820 gold DMC. And then I had originally thought I would do the straw on the manger in gold also, because straw is yellow, whatever. And I tried to do it, and it just didn't show up well. So I just went in. It's on the chart. It's black. It's backstitch in black. And so I went ahead and just did that because you could actually see it, And that's the only, the bridle and the cow's thing around his neck, and these few strands of straw, and the baby's head and face. That's the only backstitching in the design. But yeah, so I finished this. I think I started it on like Tuesday and finished it in the wee hours of Tuesday blending into Wednesday. So yeah, that's finished number 1. And then after that, I went back to this bunny in my garden, rabbit in my garden. This is Jardin Prive, Nathalie Cichon. I don't know how you say her last name. Cichon of Jardin Prive. And so this is bunny in my garden, if you could say it in French. I don't want to slaughter the French. But so last week, I think as of I worked on this. This was my number 5 WIPGO call, and so I had worked on it through last Sunday of last week, whatever, to finish the actual sphere of thing, and all I had left was this base. So after I finished the Starry Night thing, I did this base like on Wednesday into Thursday, or Wednesday and Thursday. finished the base. So this is on 18 count Ada that I dyed myself, and it's finished. Yeah, and this is all DMC except for these are DMC étoile, the dragonfly's wings and the 2 butterflies, and everything else is DMC 2/2. 2/1, sorry, 2/1 on 18 count Ada. It's very nice. It was so cute. I wanted to keep stitching till I was finished with it. The goal on it was originally 7 days, and I think I just went I went 1 day over to finish the upper part, and then a day and a half basically to do the base. And yeah, so yay, that's finished number 2. And then so Friday and into the wee hours of this morning, this is, do I have it right, the right way? No, it goes this way. Not that it matters. But yeah, this is Rabbit May by Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. This is, I've done January through March, January, February, March. I completed them and FFO'd them. April, I finished in the month of April. And this May, I started, of course, on the 1st of May. And worked on this, and I had it was basically almost finished. I think I worked on it a couple of days, and it was almost done. So I wanted to work on it some more. So I finished it last night. Yeah, so I really like the colorful colors used in it, and it really stands out well on this. This is 32 count Murano Carré, and the color I think is mustard. That I had originally got at Hobby Lobby. I don't think they carry this color anymore. But yeah, so that's my 3rd finish. Yay! So yeah. November is also on that. The November Rabbit is also on that fabric, on that particular piece of fabric. So yeah, so that's gonna be utilized still. Actually, I was kind of thinking the November chart is not nearly as far along, but when I first went back to work on the May chart, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll finish May and I'll have enough time to do a little more work on the November one. Yeah, I kind of wasted a lot of time, playing Candy Crush, playing Diggy's Adventure, just sort of like, being a little bit lazy about working on it some more. Well, that's okay. I kind of needed a time to kind of decompress a little bit and think about my cross-stitch camp choices. I didn't do the little, May sort of mini challenge about, picking a color palette and doing the badge. I don't think I've done any of the cross-stitch camp badges. I don't think. I might have done the very first one. I don't know. I don't remember. I have some of them. I don't think I have all of them. But, I haven't done the badges. Yeah, anyway. But before I get to that, before I get to the cross-stitch camp stuff, so the numbers for May, I talked about last week. For June, excuse me, number 2 and number 25, and so I showed those, I think, last week. But so number 2, the secondary chart that I had on there was I don't have the, it was a PDF, I think. I don't have it with me here. But this was Mouse's Christmas decorating. This one I did, I think, for, I think I finished it for winter cross-stitch camp in February. I think that's when I did this. Yeah, and I don't remember what the challenge was for that, but oops. But that's what I did. And then the ones that are on the big chart, if you will, for my WIPGO are 7 days of these 2 charts, and I'm hoping. Do I have them up to right there? So I'm hoping that I can maybe finish both charts in those 7 days. They're very small, and I had, you know, a little bit of a start on each of them. I think I did them for Mania last year, you know, I think that's what I did them for. But anyway, so it's Mouse's Lucky Day and Mouse's Beach Outing. These are by Tinymodernist. So Beach Outing, I think I showed this before, that I've just got a little bit of a start on it, the little beach hut and the beginning of the Mouse's dress. And that's the Christmas decorating is 2/2 on 28 count, I think, fabric that I dyed myself. I think that's a linen or even weave. And this is, I also dyed this one, and I don't remember if it's 32 or 28. I think it's 28 count. So this is, it doesn't look very sunny or very beachy. It looks very green, very sort of an army green color, but the colors, I think, look like they stand out really well on this fabric. So I have yet to do there's a lot of white in there, and there's these little sea creatures, but I think it'll stand out well when I get to them eventually. But that's the beach outing. The one I've been working on today, while we were doing our video earlier, is the Lucky Day. And I had a little bit more of this one done. So I just worked on the white of the apron here today. So I didn't get, very far in it just because I haven't, had that much time to work on it. But so I'm hoping to get this. The mouse's head goes here, and there's a little bit of her ear here and her tail, feet, and there's some more of these flowers. I think they're clover. There's a horseshoe, and there's underneath here. There's a pot of gold, and the planter for these clover sprigs is like a leprechaun's hat. Yeah, so there's the hat, and there's some gold, and there's a few little, I don't know what they are, little white flecks. I don't know, but so yeah. So this is not that, this is a lot of stitching, kind of a lot of solid stitching, and the pot. But other than that, just finishing up the mouse and all that, it hopefully shouldn't take that long. But that's Mouse's Lucky Day. So, and this is 28 count Lugana, I think, that I also dyed myself. So, that is what I'm working on for WIPGO. I haven't started, the other two, obviously, the other two WIPGO polls. I haven't started on those yet. And I did, I think last time I had a few different options I was looking at, different things I was looking at for cross-stitch camp. And so I settled on things. So last time I had talked about, I had Antique Bunnies and Baskets by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I knew I had cats and crowns. I just didn't know where I'd put it. So I ransacked all my things and I found cats and crowns, antique cats and crowns. Let me get the glare off there. Yeah, I don't want to take it out of plastic just now, but so there's cats and crowns. And again, this is by Shakespeare's Peddler, and I don't know if she has several of these little pillows. There's the bunnies and baskets there. And I think they're all in, I don't know if this one is in browns also, but these all are in browns, it looks like. And for this one, it's Jacaranda Silk by Gloriana. And the other one I think is also a Gloriana Silk Dark Chocolate, I think is the Antique Bunnies and Baskets. And so all of these are done apparently in browns, and I'm not that crazy about it. I guess it's to give it this antique look. And yeah. Anyway, the June challenge is to take a single color piece and add a pop of color in it, at least one color. But so what I'm going to do, I think, is all the cats I'm going to do in black, some kind of black. I don't know which one exactly, if 310 or a fancy floss, I don't know. And then the crowns, I think I'm going to do in étoile, the same étoile that I used in the, what do you call it, Starry Night, that sort of yellow gold color. I think I'm going to do all the crowns in that color just so that they're sparkly. And then the word cats, I think they're done in eyelet stitches, I think. Rice stitches in blocks of 4. And there's a little diagram in the thing on how to do that. And so I haven't decided whether I'm going to do this in étoile or some other color. But yeah. So, and like I said, the challenge was to take a single color piece and add at least one color in it. And so I am going to change the cats because I'm not really that into brown. That brown is not one of my, not a color that I really like. If there's a brown that's called for in a design or whatever, I have no problem with that. But as an overall color for something, brown is not my thing. So like I said, the cats are probably going to be black just because I have a black cat. I have a white cat and a black cat. And so, black cats are easy. and then the gold for the crowns, and then, some other color, I think, for the lettering. I haven't decided yet on that. But anyway, so that's my June project. And I don't, the fabric. I decided to use, this is 28 count linen from DMC, Charles Craft, whatever. It's, yeah. So I'm probably gonna do this on that, and then probably do the bunnies and baskets on this fabric as well. But so yeah. So that's my June project, and I just have to put the for sure do the what do you call it, threads, and take a picture of it with the hashtag Cross Stitch Camp 2024 and Colorado Cross Stitcher, so that Sherry Berger can find those and make it official. And then for July, for Cross Stitch Camp, I settled on this Carrots Away. It was one I had been considering along with some other things. But so this is designed by Whitley Quimby of Sugar Maple Designs. And I think I had talked about this last week as a possibility. I don't know if I had settled on it or not. But I like the design in here. And I was looking this over with my sister because we were talking about, some of the possible color changes. Because the July challenge is to take a regular multicolored thing and then change at least 2 of the colors somehow to decide if you like one color better than another color or whatever. So when I was looking at this design, I didn't really look at the color, like symbols and everything, closely. And I assumed that this color for the carrot airplane was a variegated color here. But then looking more closely at it with my sister, she pointed out that these are actually stripes of a different color. So I think the overall color of this airplane is like an orange color, a variegated orange, and then these little stripes are a darker color. And so we talked about the possibility of making these orange stripy things a more obvious different color, so they don't look like it's variegated. They look like actual a different color, right? And then possibly changing the color of this canopy, which is the same colors as this tail fin thing on the airplane. And so there's also, the possibilities of changing the bunny, changing the scarf, things like that. And most of the colors in this chart are what's called, if I can find them here, Southern Fried Floss, which I don't have, and I don't think I'm going to try to find that. The other colors are, there's a couple of DMC colors, and then I can't think of what is the word I want? Classic Colorworks, sorry. Classic Colorworks, which I have a lot of. So I think what I'm going to do is, because it lists the DMC alternatives for the Southern Fried Floss, and so what I think I'm going to do is use those colors to find Classic Colorworks colors and match them up that way. But so yeah, so this one I'm going to do on this fabric, which is 28 count Lugana that I dyed myself, but I think it's a nice color for that. So that's my July challenge. And then for August, the Do Something New to You, I decided finally on this Stacy Nash design. I've never done anything by Stacy Nash. I think I have a couple, one other pattern maybe, I think, by Stacy Nash, but I've never stitched anything by her as far as I know. It's getting harder to do the Something New to You because I've done a lot of designers. I've done like maybe one pattern or something like that. So yeah, it's harder. And apart from things like the Southern Fried Floss, things like that, it's hard to find floss I haven't used before or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm doing this Stacy Nash. This is Calling of the Sea. It's called, and there are 3 designs. There's a whale, and a ship, and a compass. And I'm going to do this ship down here because this is this is smaller, and I like this pattern. It's really nice. The whale, I really like the whale, but it's a little bit bigger, it's a little more involved, and I don't think I'm going to work on that. But so this one and this one here is what I'm going to work on. There's a little fish, and then there's a sea and a ship. So yeah, and that is 77 by 73, but it's all Weeks Dye Works colors, which I have. I think I have almost all of them, or if not all of them. Yeah. So that's my August, and I haven't picked a specific fabric for it yet, but I have to, because I have to kind of do a floss toss. I have some 25 count Lugana.
I read that this morning, and I was afraid it was somebody that you knew because of the time, because of how long you've been on the force.
Yeah. So I have 25 count Lugana that I'm thinking about using for this, but it's a little bit darker blue, so I have to look and see, how this will show up on there. If not, I'm gonna have to do something else. But I have until August to think about it. So, yeah. So this Stacy Nash ship from this Calling of the Sea collection is what I'm going to do in August. So, so for now, that the Mouse's Lucky Day is what's on the agenda and the beginning of my cross-stitch camp piece. And for this month, there's only 2 WIPGO squares that are called, of course. So I'll have time to do the June cross-stitch camp piece, I think. So in addition to my Mouse's Lucky Day patterns, which like I said, I hope to be able to finish them within the 7 days that I've set as my goal for this square, for the number 2 square. Anyway, so that's all I have, considering that we had 3 calls for WIPGO and I have 3 finishes. So that's kind of fun. And I think that's all I have for now. So I'm hoping to, like I said, get started on my cross-stitch camp piece and work more on my WIPGO call. And I think things are going well. So far, so good. So I will see you next week. And oh, well, yeah, I'm going to put the hashtags for the cross-stitch camp things below in the description box below, for those of you who you, like I said, you don't have to start on the 1st of June. You have basically any time during the month to start, and you can do one of the challenges, all of the challenges, whatever you want, of the 3 challenges that there are. Just the only rule is don't start until the 1st, and if you want to try to meet the challenge, you finish by the end of the month, the 30th or 31st of the month. So those are the, and then the challenges I think I'm going to put down below. I have those, I had those last week as well, but so I'll put them again this week. So I think that's it for now, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.